It's interesting coming out of the All-Star break. The Kings are 8-2, and everybody's playing pretty well for the most part. I mean, like Sabonis doing what he does, gets Player of the Week honors, breaks the franchise record. Fox has had so many 30-point games. I think in half of these 10 games, he's had 30 or more points. Kevin Huerter's playing the best basketball of the season. The bench is playing well, like we said, all this stuff. But Keegan Murray, it's kind of taking a bit of a dip. And maybe not for the whole 10 games, because the first 5 games after the break, he was pretty good. But in these last 5 games, for instance, he's had 2 scoreless games, something he hasn't done since he was a freshman at Iowa, coming off the bench. And there's a lot of talk about maybe it's a rookie wall or whatever the deal is. I guess another kind of interesting point here is in those first 5 games after the break, there was a lot of talk about, oh, look at him. His confidence is really blossoming. He's creating his own shots. He's getting some shots off the dribble. Like, it really seemed like his offensive game was expanding. And then in these last 5, he's a little more prone to disappear. Have you noticed that?
Well, yeah, when he puts up 0 points. It's hard not to notice.
You saw that too?
Dude, 0? The goose egg? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be rough on him because he's a rookie. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe in 2 years, I'll make a little bigger deal about this. It is frustrating. It's kind of like when he was putting up the 0 rebound games as a power forward. Like, dude, what's going on? It is late in the season for a rookie. They're not used to these full 82-game seasons. So, I don't know. That's a rookie for you, in my opinion. He's been playing well up to this point. So, I wouldn't say it's like the biggest of deal. But, I mean, you don't want this trend to continue.
And he's had his ups and downs here and there, but it's like at this point, like you almost kind of want to be like, ooh, like maybe he's kind of reaching a certain limit as a rookie. But I think what's interesting too is that I feel like the intensity factor lately, whether it was playing the Knicks on national television or playing a pretty big game against the Suns on the road, which I think was one of the games he went scoreless in, or this Milwaukee Bucks game, against the NBA's best team, I would almost be tempted to say that this could just be an adjustment period. I mean, we've seen him have adjustment periods, having to adjust to things both on the court and off the court. This would be yet another example of something on the court. And I don't know what the issue is, but I almost do think it is just an adjustment period because the intensity, like I said lately, just has got to be really different for Murray because Banchero ain't feeling that, He's not in those intense battling for a playoff spot type things. So it's a very unique position for Murray. I mean, he's on a team that's jostling. It's on the verge of being the second ranked team in the conference. And so I almost would say that, and maybe it's just also because he's been so resilient and confident all season, but it's just like, I would almost call this an adjustment period.
Yeah, and I think you can say that for sure. He's adjusting to a longer season. These games do mean a lot more for this rookie and his role on a team. Most rookies aren't in that spot. Most rookies aren't starting on the second seed in the West. I don't know. I trust in Murray. I mean, luckily he doesn't move too much. I mean, the most movement he does is on defense.
It just seems doubtful that it would be this bad because it's like, I mean, it can make all the difference if he's hitting most of his threes or if he's not. Like there's a huge difference.
That's very true. Maybe he's just in a slump.
And like in game to game, maybe not even just a slump. It's just like, oh, okay, whatever. Didn't hit those first. He went like 1 of 4. I think he hit the first field goal of the game against the Bucks, and then went 0 for his last 3. He's kind of based on his rookie season, which is not a ton of NBA experience, sure, but just looking at that alone, he's shown that he's prone to just have a kind of little period of adjustment and then kind of bounces back, and we end up talking about like, oh, this guy's so great. So
it's happened before.
Yeah, I would almost be surprised if it didn't. I would be surprised if he just totally fell off for the rest of the season. It just doesn't seem believable.
Yeah,